What? Yeah. Recorded?
All right. Perfect. So I just wanted to get the live stream working. So let me share the results here and then let's start. All right. So sharing that. Okay, so that's done. Let's get started. So today I don't have anything specific I want to go through. So I'll try to go through the questions from the chat. So if you guys have any questions, actually, before we do that, I think we just have a few more kids whose questions I've never done before. So I'll go through those. But for now, do you mind sending your the people with their hands up with their questions, send it in the chat. Don't send me specific questions at the moment. I just want to see if you have any general questions. So someone asked me, where is the masterclass happening tomorrow? It's at the same exam hall at Murdoch University. What else? Ishita, I don't understand by marking key. What do you mean by that? Ishita? All right.
The marking key.
Sorry, which one?
For the fifth mock exam.
Oh yeah, so it's already been sent. So it's already been sent in the WhatsApp group chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No worries. When is the gate exam? It's happening next week. So it's happening well actually this weekend on Saturday.
Also, Melvin.
Sorry, my friend sent it in the chat just because otherwise it'll be very rowdy.
Oh.
Um um, Okay. There's just a lot of uh random different things. So I'm going to get started. So everyone who actually, yeah, I'll just lower everyone's hands. And could you raise your hand in Zoom if you haven't had any of your questions answered? So you've never had any of your questions answered.
How do you raise your hand?
So there's just this button on Zoom. I'm not sure where to find it. All right.
Melvin. I
So
found it. Thank you.
I will start with all right. So Olivia asked a good question. For the GATE exam, does everyone have the same questions or is it mixed because some people have morning, some people have an afternoon? Yeah, so the afternoon session usually has different questions. There might be some overlap. I don't know the exact of it, but I'm pretty sure it has different exams. All right, so I'll start with Arush. Arush, which question would you like to go through?
Question 22, quantitative mock exam 5.
Okay, let me start my screen sharing.
Melvin.
All right. I'll just take this question over the microphone, but remember, I've said multiple times, you have to send it in the chat. But what's your question, friend? What's your question? Hello?
He's either muted himself or something.
Probably. All right, so Arush, mock exam 5, which question, buddy?
Question 22, quantitative.
All right. This one here.
Yeah.
Okay. Arav, after selling his billion-dollar startup, decides to decorate his mansion with an aquarium. The fish tank is 3 meters long, 2 meters wide, and 5 meters high. Its interior is to be covered in wallpaper. What is the total expenditure if it costs $10 per square meter of wallpaper? So, Arish, like one thing that I've told, I always like to tell students is with questions in maths, especially these types of questions, it always helps you if you were to visualize it. So, for example, let's draw it out. So this is my fish tank. All right, that's my fish tank. Now it's 3 meters long. Oops. 3 meters long, 2 meters wide, and 5 meters high, right? So the question's asking how much would it cost for the wallpaper if it covers the entire interior? Now, we're going to assume that he wants the top of the aquarium to be covered. So it'll be this side, the back, the left-hand side, the top, and the bottom. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what is the dimensions? What is the area for the front and back of the aquarium, Arush?
Is it 15?
Yep, 15 centimeters squared. But then since we have two of them, it'll be
30.
30 centimeters squared. Sorry, oh, it's meters squared, not centimeters. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I hope, yeah, you guys know the difference, right? Let's just move on. And then the left and right hand side, what are the dimensions?
5, 10,
5 and
2.
yeah, 5 and 2, perfect. So let me just fix this. All right, so we have 5 and 2, and since we have two sides, we'll multiply by 2 again, right?
Yeah.
So 10 meters squared, and that becomes 20 meters squared. And then what is the top and the bottom? What's the dimensions for that?
3 and 2.
Good man. That's equal to 6 meters squared, and times 2 is 12 meters squared. So in total, we have 30 plus 20 plus 12. What's that equal to?
What was that?
So we have total of 30 meters squared plus 20 meters squared plus 12 meters squared. What's that equal to in total?
64.
64. Perfect. 64 meters squared. And how much does it cost per square meter of wallpaper?
$10.
So, wait, by the way, it's not 64. What is it equal to? Try again.
Um,
30 plus 20 is 50, right?
yeah. Oh,
50.
62.
Good. 62. And what's 62 times 10?
620.
Perfect. Do you understand?
Yep.
All right. Next, I'll take a question from Rajendra K.
Yeah, I should rename myself.
Yeah. 30 plus. What's your actual name, my friend?
Sai.
Sorry.
Sai.
All right, Sai, which question would you like to go through, buddy?
Yep. Mock exam 1, 2024, question 8.
Mock exam 4.
No, mock exam 1.
Mock exam 1. All right, oh no, it's here.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
For the question you did before,
Yeah.
how did you get 5 times 2?
How did you get 5 times 2?
Yeah.
Because the dimensions are 5 up. Sorry, so it'll be 5 up and 2 wide.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No worries. All right. So back to mock exam 1. And which question was it?
Quantitative question number 8.
Okay. This question.
So Yeah.
Okay. So here we have a movie theater sold tickets on every day of the week except for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Tuesday, it sold half as many tickets as on Monday. On Wednesday, it sold half as many tickets as on Tuesday. Assuming this pattern continues for Thursday, and on Thursday they sold 40 tickets. How many tickets were sold in total? So so we have Thursday, we have Wednesday, we have Tuesday, and we have Monday. On Thursday it was 40, Wednesday it was 80, Tuesday it was 160, and Monday was 320. So if you add them all up, what do you get?
600.
Perfect. So the answer is 600. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
No worries. Next, let's take a look. I'll take a question from Virat. Virat?
Did you say Virat?
Yeah.
I don't have any questions right now.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go to Veronica.
Melvin,
Yeah.
what time will the real gate exams start and finish?
I believe the two sessions are 9 to 12 and then 1 to 4 p.m. You'll just have to double check.
It starts at 8 a.m. actually.
Oh, and when does it finish?
I think it's 11.
It finished at 11. I don't think it'll finish at 11.
It's different for the afternoon and the morning class.
No, what's the times? Do you know?
So
It's 8:30 to.
I
it's
know
8
for
o'clock to 10 o'clock.
afternoon, I know for afternoon it's 1 p.m. to I think 3 p.m.
Are you
Mine's
sure?
at 12.
Wait,
Yes,
wow. No, I'm pretty sure it has to be more than 2 hours because
it's 8:30 to
1
12.
p.m.
I
to
think.
3:50.
It's for me.
They told us to
8:30
come
to
40.
11.
you guys
Sit
can
up.
put in the chat if you guys would like. But clearly, it's very late. So Megan sent me a message. Megan said for the afternoon, 12 to 3. My friends, all right, 12 to 3, and then someone said it was 8:30 to 11:30. All right, maybe I guess it just depends on where you are, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely more than
1:30.
because, I'm pretty sure it's more than 2 hours just because of the time they need in between to, pass around booklets, check you guys in, give you a break and all those sort of things. All right. Next question, Veronica, which question would you like to go through?
Can you do question 34, please?
On which exam?
Mock exam 5, quantitative reasoning.
Quantitative reasoning, all right. 35. This one. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
So Veronica, we've actually done this question on the first extra class I've done. So if you have any other questions, I can go through that.
Maybe 34 then?
34, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So 34, it says, which of the following values for x would satisfy this equation or inequality? So basically, which one of these numbers, if you put in where x is, will make sense that this value will be less than 11? So Veronica, if I were to put 1 there, what's 9 minus 1?
8.
8 times 5?
40.
40 divided by 3? Approximately. It's
36. 39.
33, right?
Uh,
Approximately, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And then plus
Yeah.
1?
34.
Perfect. Is 34 smaller than 11?
No.
Good. So the answer can't be 1. Now, to save us a bit of time, because 1 is so high up, it's 34. Let's try the biggest one, 6. If you put 6 there, what's 9 minus 6?
3.
Times 5?
15.
Times divided by 3?
3.
No, 15 divided by 3?
5.
Yeah, plus 1.
6.
Perfect. Is that less than 11?
Yeah.
1 is so high up. Let's try the biggest one. You understand?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No worries.
Melvin?
Who's asking these questions?
Oh, I'm just trying to say, did you say 40 divided by 3 is 33?
Sorry, 13, right?
5.
Oh, sorry.
Plus 1. 1, 3. All right. Next, let's see. Who have I not chosen?
Melvin, I have a question.
Yeah. Elma, but again, remember, as I mentioned, you have to send in the chat, but go for it.
You know how you said like the morning class and afternoon class, like the tests are different? Is the afternoon one like harder or something?
No, it should be the same. So again, it doesn't really matter. See, the thing is, like, okay, first of all, I'm not sure if the exams are different or not. It's more like, what do you call it? I'm assuming they should be different just because
Melvin,
I'm so sorry, Ryan, Elma. I don't know who else is speaking, but remember, as I mentioned, when someone else is speaking, you have to stay muted. But what I was going to say was that because the Department of Education has so much funding from, the government, they should like spend time to actually make a second exam. Now, the reason why the second exam, whether it's hard or not, doesn't matter is because, again, it's a matter of like ranking. So what they will do is, let's just say they do the first test, and the first test is easier. So it will be an average like this, where the first test average is, let's just say, 60%. And then the second test, let's just say they have a test like this, and the average is actually much lower at 50%. The test was harder. What they can do is, using maths, they can equate these two together so that they can find what they would have ideally got in the exam if they did the same test. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Next question, let's take a look. But the probability of it like being substantially different is very low. Like if there might be like slight differences, but they will just be, fixed up. So Hurain, I know you're sending me a lot of questions. Unfortunately, Hurain, I can't just choose you because I've done questions from you before. I want to give everyone else a chance first. Anand, next question.
There is someone sleeping with the webcam on.
Yeah, he's getting kicked. He's getting kicked out.
Wait, what?
No.
Someone was sleeping.
Okay. All right. Let's focus. Guys, let's focus. Shh, let's focus. All right. Next, yeah. So who was it? Ananya? Which question would you like to go through? Ananya? All right. I think Ananya's microphone's not working. I'll move on to Sai. Which question would you like to go through? Sai Kadare. Sai, are you there?
Could you please do question 8 for quantitative reasoning for mock exam 5?
I can do that for you. This question, right?
Yes.
All right. So it says that Zavadi, Nandan, and Shrey can finish painting a mural in 2 hours. If it costs them $20 for Zavadi, $15 for Shrey, and $10 for Nandan, how much would it cost them to paint 10 murals? So how much would it cost to hire all of them to do work together for 1 hour? It's 20 plus 15 plus 10, correct?
Yes.
So that's $45 per hour. Now, to paint one mural, it takes 2 hours. So it costs them $90 per mural, correct?
Yes.
So for 10 murals, it'll be $900. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you, Melvin.
Perfect. Next, let's take a look. We have Ananya, your microphone's not working, but if you'd like to send it in the chat, I can go through your question. Um, 17 abstract, which exam, Ananya? Mock exam 5. All right, 17 abstract. This question, Ananya. So basically, this one's really straightforward. It's literally lines of symmetry. There's one line of symmetry always from this corner to this corner where it evenly splits it. And the only answer that makes sense for that is option A. Understand, Ananya? Ananya, does that make sense? Perfect. Awesome. Next, I'll take Muhammad Tariq Ali.
Can you do question 21, abstract reasoning?
This one, buddy?
Yes.
All right. This one's really hard, but easy at the same time. Basically, it's just 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. You understand?
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. All right, Kalp and Ananya, could you guys stay muted, guys? Thank you. All right, thanks, guys. All right, next, let's take a look. Olivia, which question?
Can I ask a general question?
Of course.
For if you're like doing writing and there's not much time left and you're not up to the ending, which one would be better? Would it be better to do like a quick cliffhanger, or would it be better to do like a quick ending or sudden ending?
Yeah, so I know, like, okay, so in the past, like Loyola, and then even now, there's some Loyola teachers who keep telling you that, hey, don't end in a cliffhanger. Again, the reason they're telling you not end in a cliffhanger is not because cliffhangers itself are bad, but it's just that it's very hard to do it well. So it's kind of like, do you know what a macaron is? Macaroon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So macaroons are these French desserts, for those of you who don't know. And they're delicious. They taste really, really nice. But the thing about macarons are they're really difficult to make in the sense that if you overbeat the egg, the macaron won't take its shape and it will fall apart, right? So similarly, if you have the option to finish your story properly versus take a risk and do a cliffhanger, the probability of you guys doing a really good cliffhanger is very low. It's more likely to look like as if you didn't have time to finish and it won't end up really well. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what I would recommend is finishing it. Now, if you have like time, so let's just say what I would recommend you to do, Olivia, and for everyone else, is when you're doing the planning, ask yourself, all right, here's a story idea that I'm doing. Now, before you even start writing, ask yourself, all right, what will I have in my beginning, right? Who are my characters? What's my problem? What's my rising action? What's my solution? And things like that. And then every 5 minutes when you look at the clock, right? Ask yourself, all right, am I on the next stage? I'm on the next stage. I'm on the next stage. When there's like, when 5 minutes has passed and you see, all right, I'm not moving on to the next stage, then tell yourself, all right, I have to move on to the next stage now. It doesn't matter if I didn't get enough time to go into detail for this one section. I need to move on to the next section. Do you understand?
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. My friend, I'm not taking questions over the microphone. Like I've had to say it 10 times today already. So send it in the chat. All right, next question. Let's see. From Vera. Vera Amin. Which question would you like to do? My microphone is not working. I was wondering if you could ask a general question. Do you have to make your story feasible in writing? If your story isn't feasible, would you lose marks? All right. So Vera, what does the word feasible mean to you? What does it mean? Kalp, could you not spam the messages, buddy? Like I'm taking questions from everyone, but if you keep sending me the same messages, I'm not going to, I'm not more likely to do the same question. It's just going to be annoying for me to help the other students when I'm helping one at a time. Same goes for Harren as well, because I'm getting a lot of your messages, guys. All right. So Vera says what feasible means is that it's real or true. Okay, that's not what the word feasible means, right? That you could say that's realistic, but feasible is whether or not something is likely or possible to happen. So for example, if you guys have read Harry Potter, or if you've done Greek mythology or anything like that, you know that these things don't exist. But within the context of the story, or within this universe of the story, it makes sense for those things to happen. It makes sense for Hercules to destroy this lion because he's half god. Do you understand? Vera? Good. Good. So just because you write something that's not realistic, you're not going to lose marks. But Vera, here's my question to you. If you were to write a story about a girl who wants to, become a good runner, and she starts to run track in January of this year, and by the end of the year, she goes and wins a gold medal, is that feasible? No, it's not. And the problem with that is when your marker's reading it, they're not going to feel like you wrote a good story because your story doesn't really make much sense. Like, how is it possible for someone to just start learning how to run and within a course of a year become one of the world's best runners? Do you understand? Perfect. All right. So, yeah, perfect. So Naveen and Harsh, guys, I'm not taking your questions if you just send it in to the chat like that. As I've mentioned before, I'm trying to give other kids an opportunity. So if you send messages there, I'm not going to be going through those. I'm just going to be ignoring them. I'm sorry for being harsh, but it's just that I need to give everyone an opportunity to ask questions. All right. Next question I'll take from, let's see, who have I not done before? Jess Atu. What's your actual name, Jess?
Jasmine.
Oh, okay. Jasmine, which question would you like to go through?
Could we please do question 19 of mock test 2, please?
Yeah, which subject?
Quantitative reasoning.
No worries. I can do that for you. All right. Question 2, right?
Question 19.
Oh, 19. This one here.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on the dueling tournament above, answer the following questions. Neville beats Dumbledore. Oh, sorry. Okay. Neville beats Dumbledore. Hermione beats Ron. Voldemort beats Ron. Dumbledore beats Ginny. So if you were to take a look, Neville lost to Harry, correct? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. If Neville lost to Harry and Harry lost to Dumbledore, is it likely that Neville's going to win against Dumbledore?
No.
No. So that's why that can't occur. Hermione beats Ron. So Hermione lost to Voldemort, and Ron lost to Ginny, and Ginny lost to Voldemort. Now, because they both lost in the first round, we can't tell if it can occur or not. We don't have enough data to tell that, right? Then Then we have Voldemort beats Ron. So we have Ron lost to Ginny and Ginny lost to Voldemort. Is that likely to happen for Voldemort to beat Ron?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then Dumbledore beats Ginny. So Dumbledore beats Voldemort and Voldemort beats Ginny. So it's very likely for Voldemort to beat Ginny as well, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Next, I'll take Devane.
Melvin, I
Yes.
sent you a question in the chat. It's about a topic I've gotten in another exam, and I got a really low score.
Okay.
So
Could you send it to me again? Like, because the chat is just like really long. I won't be able to find it.
I sent you it again.
Sorry, Jaden, if I'm going too slow. Jaden just sent me a message saying speed up.
Can you tell people to stop changing the language of the caption? It shows a notification at the bottom.
Yes.
For me at the top. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's changing it and then
people keep changing it.
back.
Yeah, people keep changing it to like different languages like Swedish and Telugu.
Yeah, I can't change kids, guys. That's up to the parents. Obviously the kids know that's not something they should do. So, we can't do anything about it.
You just changed it a bit. Someone just changed it to
did it again.
Guys, yeah, I know. I can tell. The thing is, you just have to ignore certain people. It's like, what do you say? Like, like you can't fix everything, right? So if someone's doing something silly and they have their exam this weekend, you really can't waste your time trying to fix them. It's better to just ignore them and get on with your life, right? Right. Yeah, so let's get started. Oh, okay. All right. So Devane, your image. Okay, let's see if I can put it in here. No. All right. So basically, it's like a computer that's connected to like trying to be or TV, right?
Yeah.
All right. And also you did this at a different tutoring place, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be worried about the scores there because how do you know that they know what their best like marking is?
Yeah.
Right? So here it says how well you'll be marked in what you have to say, how well you organize, and what you have to say. I mean, like they're not even writing it properly. They said you'll be judged on what you have to say and what you have to say and how clearly and effectively you express yourself. But if you were to get this topic and the gate markers ask for creativity, so you can see, actually, let me screen share this so everyone can take a look.
I was about to ask that.
Can you guys see? Can you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can see there's like an old
Thank you.
There's an old TV with this cord, and the power outlet is connected to a tree. And first of all, like the number one thing you can tell from this by looking at it is that it's absurd, right? Do you guys know what the word absurd means?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Don't exist.
So it's basically something that doesn't make sense in the context of where it is, right? So for example, like if you were to like think about a lot of like modern day art, like especially like the really popular ones, they're all about being absurd. So for example, have you guys seen that famous painting where it's like someone sellotaped a banana to the wall and they call that art?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Not really.
What's that?
all right, guys. Yeah, so it's all about just being like it's all about trying to be edgy, trying to be different. It's not about what oh, Minal, you have the paper with you as well.
Yeah.
Where's this from?
It's from the Haas sample test from Acer. So today my mom was trying to
Haas. What's Haas?
HAST. HAST. It's in a different state.
The different state ones. Yeah. So it's about being like absurd. So ask yourself, like looking at this, first of all, when you have these two different things, what's weird about it? The number one thing that we feel weird about it is that these things don't fit where they're supposed to be. Like no one puts a power outlet into a tree, right? That's literally damaging the tree, and there's no need for that. The other thing is we have a computer, like a TV that's just outside and on the floor, and no one really watches the TV there. The other really crazy thing or the weird thing about this image is that you have something that's man-made and then indoors contrasted with nature and outside. And then what I would do for this image personally is I'll talk about, for example, like personally, this is not like super unique in my opinion. I think this is like kind of a basic idea, but I would just say that, humanity doesn't care about nature. We just destroy nature for our, own usage. And I'll talk about examples like, for example, how we destroy plants and trees so we can build roads and highways, and how we kill animals and oceans so we can have our own things like that. Do you understand?
Thank you. I got one more.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, that's basically what I would say.
Thank you.
All right.
Did you add this on the picture?
But yeah, personally, I don't think like my idea for this one is super unique or original. It's actually like quite basic. What do you guys think? What would you write about? Send it to me in the chat. Let's see. Jasmine Sarao says selfishness from humans.
Mama, somebody drew a face on this TV.
Why can't I hear anything?
All right.
It's taking.
I'm just going to guys,
Somebody drew a face on the TV.
Hey guys, if you have any questions, send it in the chat. I'll take a look.
Okay.
Melvin, the other question.
My friend, send it in the chat. Okay, Joel has a very interesting idea. I mean, again, I wouldn't say it's like super. Alana, could you stop drawing on the screen, please? Alana Eldos. Now, Joel, I wouldn't say it's like super unique or original like mine as well. Like, but it's still a good idea where he's just using a play on words, and he's saying that this is a reminder to unplug from TV and screens and spend time in nature. That's pretty nice play on words. Okay, a lot of different things, lots of very similar ones as well. So moving down, let's see. All right. Next, I know it's not good. Okay. All right. So next, put your hand up if you haven't had any questions answered by us. So I'll go through it. All right. I'll take a question from Lakshya. Lakshya, which question?
Can you do question 28 from Quantitative Reasoning, mock exam 5?
Okay. So let me screen share, Lakshya. All right. Which mock exam 5? 5. All right. Which question?
Question 28.
Quantitative reasoning. This one, right? Lakshya?
Yes.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. So we actually did do this question, I believe, yesterday. So I'm going to not go through this. Which question would you like to do instead?
Question 26.
All right, let's take a look. This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Point A and point B are 180 meters apart. Point B and point C are 300 meters apart. Abiha ran from point A to point B in 10 seconds. Then she ran from point B to point C in 50 seconds. Find Abiha's average speed for the distance from point A to point C. So in total, how much distance did she cover, Lakshya? So
460.
So 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is?
8.
Good girl. And then 3 plus 1 is?
4.
Perfect. So 480. And then it says from point A to point B was 10 seconds. And then point B to point C is 50 seconds. So 480 divided by 60 seconds is? Or 48 divided by 6?
8.
Good. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Next, let's take a question from Asma.
Excuse me.
Yes?
As you said that it was 8 meters per second, isn't it supposed to be 80 meters per second?
No,
Because
it's
crossed out the 0.
80 divided by 60. We already divided away the 2 zeros. So now it's just 48.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No worries. Asma?
Excuse me, can I please do question 24, mock exam 1?
Of course. Question?
30, I'm sorry, 24.
This question here.
Oh, wait, no, it's like another mock exam.
Okay. Do you know which one it was?
I think it's 2023. Wait, let me check. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's mock exam, like it's term 1, 2024, mock exam 2. I'm sorry. 2.
That's okay. That's all good. All right, let's take a look. 24, this one here. Actually, not this one. 24. This one.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a look. So here we have a shape that is 20 centimeters long. What is the area of the shaded part? So this shape, it starts all the way from, let's see. This total length is what? What does it say it is?
20 centimeters.
Perfect.
Wait, yeah.
Yep. The whole shape is 20 centimeters. So this top half, what is that equal to? Do you know?
5.
Good girl. And the bottom is 5 as well. 5 as well. And this square is 10. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of kids ask, how do you know that is exactly 5? The reason we know that is, first of all, this is a square, right? And again, the question people will be like, oh, well, how do you know it's a square? It could be a rectangle. The reason we know it's a square is because all of the sides are the diameter of the same sort of semicircle. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So one side of the square is the same as the diameter of the circle, right?
Yeah.
Since the radius is half of the diameter, this must be half of the length of this. So that way, the only way you get it is 5, 10, and 5. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So now that we have that, let's figure out the area of the shaded part. So how do you find the area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
Perfect. Pi multiplied by r squared. Now, in this question, what's r?
5.
Good. So it's 25 pi, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And then how many circles are there in total?
2, but like they're all like semicircles. So
Good. So there's 2 whole circles, right? So the total answer is 50 pi. Do you understand?
oh yes, yes, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. In the mock exam, I do believe we figured out this mistake on Saturday, but the Sunday kids, we told them to switch it to 50 pi.
Yeah. I was in the Sunday class, so I had.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Let's see. We have Jay Sean.
Can we please go through question 35 in mock exam for quantitative reasoning?
Mock exam 4, mock exam 4. This one. This one.
No, actually it was 24.
Oh, okay. 24. This one here.
Yes.
Okay. If they've decided to use a triangular frame with a base and a height of 2 meters instead of the usual square frame, how many crickets would it be estimated to be in the Hirsch's backyard if they found 5 crickets in the new triangular frame? So let's take a look. So it says if they wants to estimate the number of crickets, he does it by throwing a 2 by 2 square and counts the number of crickets that are inside the frame. He then multiplies the number of crickets by 0.2 times the number of square frames that could fit into his backyard. All right. So actually, we will do this step by step because I think you might follow through. And since it was an old, like, I don't remember at the top of my head what the previous numbers were.
Okay.
So if Dave counted 4 crickets in his square frame, what is the estimated number of crickets in the backyard if his backyard is 100% meter square? So his square frame, what's the dimensions for that? It is 2 by 2, or what's the area for that?
It's 2 by 2.
Which is?
So it's 4 meters squared.
Perfect. And the backyard is 100 divided by 4 is equal to
24.
25 meters
Oh,
squared.
25, my bad.
Good. And then it says you have to multiply 0.8 by the number of square frames that could fit in his backyard. So 25 times 0.8. So what's 25 times 8? 8 times 5 is?
200?
Oh, perfect. Good man. 200. And then how many numbers are after the decimal point in 8? 0.8?
1.
Perfect. So the answer is 20. And then you multiply by the number of crickets you found. So 4 times 20 is?
80.
Perfect. So that's the answer for question number 22. Then it says, friend Hershiv also wanted to estimate the number of crickets in his backyard. If they've calculated there to be 100 crickets, and is Dave in this call with us today? Because I just want to double check. Does he pronounce it Dave or Dev? Because I have 2 kids in Loyola. One of them wants it pronounced as Dev. The other one wants it as Dave. If Dave calculates there to be 100 crickets and counted 5 crickets square frame, then how many? Oh, sorry, one second. They've calculated there to be 100 crickets and counted 5 crickets in the square frame. Then how many square frames could fit into Hirsch's backyard? So we have to go backwards now, right?
Yep. So it would be 100 divided by 5?
No. So
I mean,
remember it is 4. Sorry, it is area divided by 4, which is the area of the frame, right?
okay.
Yeah, multiplied by 0.8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Multiplied by how many crickets in the square frame, which is 5, right?
Yep.
Which will give you 100, right?
Yep.
So now we work backwards. So first I'll move the 5 across. So now we're left with a divided by 4 multiplied by 0.8 is equal to, what's 100 divided by 5?
100 divided by 5 is 20.
Good. So I'm going to cut that out, and then I'll say 20 equals to 20. And then A divided by 4 is equal to 20 divided by 0.8. Divided by 0.8. Now, another way of doing that is what's 0.8 as a fraction?
Is 8 over 10.
8 over 10 or 4 over 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you do when you divide by fractions? You can keep, change, flip. So this becomes 20 multiplied by 5 over 4. 20 times 5 is?
20 times 5 is 100.
100. And then we have 20 times 5 is 100. 100 divided by 4?
25.
Divided by 4 is 25. Good. So A over 4 is equal to 25. And then A is equal to 25 times 4. What's area equal to?
100.
100. Where did we mess up? Oh, we just needed to find out how many things will fit into his backyard, right?
That would be 25.
Area, 25. The answer is 25. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect.
Wait, how did you get 25?
Yeah, so it's the area. We found the area to be 100. We found the area to be 100, and then 100. Sorry.
That, but like, wait, is it because the square? Oh, wait. What's the square frame area again? Wait. Never mind. I understand.
All good. All right. So let's final question. Sorry, 1 second, guys.
People are spamming in the YouTube chat.
Okay. All right, 1 second.
YouTube live stream, but I couldn't seem to find a trace of it on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's private, it's unlisted. So you can only find it if you get a link to it.
Oh, can you send me a link, please?
It's been sent in the WhatsApp group chat.
Oh, WhatsApp group chat. Sorry, I didn't know.
1 second.
My parents haven't been getting the thing.
Melvin, there's too much spamming.
Yeah. All right.
On YouTube.
Again, guys, it literally doesn't matter. As I mentioned before, if you want to focus, you can focus. You don't have to open the chat and read it. So let's actually focus on things that matter, which is not the YouTube chat, and then we will continue. So let's take a look at question number, finally 24. If they've decided to use a triangular frame with a base and height of 2 meters instead of the usual square frame, how many crickets would you have estimated to be in the backyard if they found 5 crickets in this new triangular frame? So what's the area of the triangular frame?
The area, how would you find an area of it?
Yeah, so it's got a height of 2 and it's got a base of 2 as well. So how do you find the area of a triangle?
The base, okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that will be 2 times 2 divided by 2, which is?
2.
Right. So it'll be half as much as the this got the half as the area of the square triangle, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So how many crickets would you have estimated in the backyard if they found thing? So because it's half as much, when we found 5 crickets and the square and then when we found 5 and a 4, so here's the logic, right? The area of the triangle is 2 meters squared, correct?
Yep.
Area of square is 4 meters squared, correct?
Yep.
Now, this is exactly twice as much, right?
Correct.
Now, when you have 5 crickets in 5 crickets, 1 sec. In square, we said it was equal to 100 crickets in total, right?
Yep.
So if there's 5 crickets in triangle, which has half the area, then you can say that it'll be twice as many crickets in total. Do you understand?
Okay,
Do you get it?
I get it. So the
Okay.
answer is
D.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So you guys can take your 5-minute break now. We'll be starting the break at 5:58. Come back at 6:03. And remember, during the break, it's to stay muted, go stretch, get some water, and come back in exactly 5 minutes.
Excuse.
Bye, Melvin.
So long.
Bye.
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 Oh, maybe we should say stop saying bye, who is gonna meet us again or kick us out.
I just joined, but it was Melvin.
Maybe you just stop talking.
Hi.
Stop changing the captions.
Didn't they just say stop changing the captions? Melvin, if you can hear me, please stop changing to tell them.
Melvin, can you do question 35?
It's not 603.
Guys, please stop changing the caption language. It's really distracting.
Guys, just ignore it.
Those who are doing, they're just being annoying on purpose.
All right, let's get started, guys. So, Ryan, which question would you like to go through, buddy?
Is this from the chat?
What do you mean?
Like, is it because that I raised my hand up, or is it from my chat?
Because you had your hand up, and I don't think I've done any of your questions before.
Oh, yes. So for reading comprehension, question number 5.
And which test, buddy?
Actually, question number 6, reading comprehension, mock exam 5. Please.
So okay. No. I wasn't waiting for the please. I was just confused. So mock exam 5 and which test? I mean question?
Question number 6.
6. All right, let's take a look. Okay. Peter Parker is best described as what? So let's take a look. Peter Parker was an orphaned teenage boy who lived in Queens, New York with his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. He was a shy boy, but highly intelligent and excelled in science. He sounds like you, Ryan.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
Because you're both highly intelligent and excel in science. He was often teased by the more popular kids like longtime nemesis Flash Thompson, but his life was soon to change on a visit to the Science Museum. At the Science Museum, Peter was bitten by a radioactive spider. The spider bite gave Peter spider-like powers with super strength and reflexes. He also had a spider sense alerting him to danger. Armed with these new powers, Peter first sought fame and money before fighting crime. He worked with the wrestling circuit and got some fame and appeared on television. During a robbery of the television show, Peter has a chance to stop the thief, but chose not to. Peter later finds out that the same robber that he could have stopped at the television studio attempted to rob his aunt and uncle's residence, and his uncle Ben was killed in the struggle. Oh no. The words of his late uncle, with great power, there must also be great responsibility, drive Peter to fight crime instead of chasing fame. Spider-Man was truly born. All right. Before I answer your question, Ryan, I just want to use this example for everyone as to what makes a really good problem, right? Remember, we said a really good problem captures the character's full attention and it also makes the character grow. Now, in this question, in this story of Peter Parker in Spider-Man, He becomes Spider-Man when his uncle was killed, right?
Yeah.
And his uncle was killed because Peter was selfish and he didn't care about helping others, instead he cared about being famous and making money, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Peter's flaws led to the robber killing his uncle, which
Oh,
led to
yeah.
having the problem of being sad and alone. Do you understand?
Yes.
So a lot of times, a lot of times, like some of the best characters or the best stories are the ones where they're facing a problem which is a result of their own actions. Do you understand?
Oh, so basically that's because like they're like solving their own flaw.
Sorry?
They're solving their own flaw.
Well, yeah, pretty much. So their flaw leads to the problem, and the problem then is what they have to go and solve. Do you understand?
Yes.
And by solving that problem, they become a better version of themselves. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So Peter Parker is best described as an intelligent teenager who was bitten by a spider. Okay, he's definitely intelligent. We can give that mark. He's a teenager and he was bitten by a spider. Maybe. I wouldn't give this a perfect mark because, yeah, he was bitten by a spider, but is that all he is? A boy with spider characteristics. This is not true. Is he a boy with spider characteristics? No, he got the powers of spiders after being bitten. An individual who excelled in science? Yeah, maybe. An intelligent teen with spider-like powers. Perfect,
Yes.
right? So he is an intelligent teen, so this fits in here. And he has spider-like powers. It's not that he's not known for being bitten by a spider, he's known for having spider-like powers. Do you understand?
Yes.
First answer is D.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Melvin.
Guys, if you have questions, send them in the chat. I'll read it from there.
Melvin.
So Shanvi, I've mentioned it like 12 times today. If you have a question, send it in the chat. Otherwise, I won't be answering it over the microphone. Who else? All right. I'll take your question next, Mahi, and then I'll go to Suganathan.
Okay, so you know the previous question that we did, which was 24, the quantitative on mock exam 5. I didn't get why we doubled the triangle thing.
Oh, yes, because the area of the triangle was half of the square.
Yeah, I get how it was half the square, but why did we double the number of crickets?
Because, yeah, so basically it's kind of like this. So Mahi, to give an example, when governments or like when people, they want to do testing, right? So for example, when McDonald's, when they want to make a new recipe or a new like item for their menu, they don't risk it by making that item and then bringing it to all their restaurants, right? What they
Yeah.
will do is they will try it out at 1 or 2 locations, and they'll say, okay, if this sells out this much in this location, we can then predict that overall across the country we might sell this much. You understand?
Yeah.
I'll give you another example. Let's just say the McDonald's comes up to you and says, all right, we're making a new burger, and we're making a burger made out of chickpeas. And our chickpea burger, we tried it at one location, and there's one location, the chickpea burger sold 50,000 worth of sales. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, in two restaurants. Okay?
Yeah.
And then there's a total of 100 restaurants. So what would you predict the total sales across the country would be?
Oh,
So you multiply by 50, so you add a 0.
Yeah.
500,000, and you multiply 500,000 by 5, which then becomes 2.5 million. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So they're predicting this is the total sales that would happen because in 2 restaurants they made this much money. Okay?
Yeah.
Now they want to try out a new recipe item, which is basically they want to make mint chocolate chip ice cream. All right. So instead of testing it at 2 stores, they tested it at a 1 store. And at 1 store, they found that they were able to sell. I'm just gonna have to mute. So at 1 store, they were able to find out that they're able to sell $50,000, which is basically the. Jerome, could you please stay muted, buddy? Thanks. All right. So Mahi, at 1 store, the ice cream, they're able to sell $50,000 worth of ice cream, right? Now that is, even though it's half as many restaurants they tried out, they were able to make the same amount of sales, right?
Yes.
Predict it, you could just literally just say this multiplied by 2. Do you understand?
Okay, I got it.
This 5 million. So you can say that they will sell 5 million units.
Go through those. But
That guy's going to the radio.
Casey Melvin.
Yeah.
You know how you said where like next to the 100 you put an arrow which is 5000000.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom of that number you put 250000.
That's right. Yeah.
Aren't those two the same also, but with just a 2?
No. So this is 500,000 and this is 2.5 million. So if you were like following through, the reason I did it this way was so that Mahi can work with big numbers. So instead of multiplying directly by 20, by 50, we just did it by 10 and then by 5. That way we could just do it in our head. So this is multiplied by 10 and then multiplied by 5. Gives us 50.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Melvin.
No worries. Let's see.
Melvin.
My friend, please send it in the. Oh yeah, it's sorry, it was actually you, right? Sugunathan, right?
Yeah.
All right, tell me which question, buddy.
It was question 7, mock exam 4, 2024.
Mock exam 4. Let's take a look. All right, which one?
Question 7.
Question 7. Which exam?
Mock exam 4.
No, sorry. Like, is it like as in quantitative reasoning?
Oh yeah, quantitative. Yeah.
It's this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the minimum number of flips that it will take to make the following arrangement all tails? T, H, H, T, H. So basically in this game, whenever you flip one coin, you also flip the one right next to it, correct?
Yeah.
And then if it's the last coin you flip, you don't flip anything except for itself. So if you start off with T, H, T, H, T, H, H, T, H, right? And you want to make all of them tails.
Yeah.
What you would flip is this heads, because when you flip that, this turns into tails, and this will automatically turn into tails as well, right?
Yeah.
And everything else stays the same. And then finally, you'll have to flip this heads, and when that changes, it turns into tails. So now we have all tails. So it just takes 2 flips.
Yeah. Could you also do question 7?
No, buddy, you can only do 1 question per person.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see, who else have I not done yet? All right, Mahiban. Wait, did I do a Mahiban question yesterday?
Oh no,
I think so.
Okay,
No.
Mahiban question.
I don't think so.
Question 27, mock exam 5. Quantitative reasoning.
How do I say your name, by the way? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
It's Mahiban.
Mahiban. All right. Mahiban, question number 27. This one, right?
Yes.
Okay. This question, I want you guys to remember it because this trick will help you in a lot of questions in year 7 and maybe year 8, but year 7, actually, year 8. Yeah, year 8 for sure. So in this question, you're trying to find out the perimeter of this irregular shape, right?
Yep.
Now, one thing you can tell straight away is that if this is 25, right? This perimeter here is exactly also 25. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you get it? The reason is, another way to think about it is, imagine if you were like shining light, right? It will hit this, it will hit this, it will hit this. And it'll be the same as this same line here. Do you understand?
Yep.
You get it? All right. So in that case, we can highlight this line. Actually, we'll make it smaller. We'll highlight this line, this, and this, and this. So that in total is equal to what? 25 plus 25 is equal to?
50.
Good man. Then we have 10 plus 10, which is 20, and then 12 plus 12, which is 24, correct?
Yes.
24, 20, and that's equal to 94 centimeters.
94.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Is there anyone whose questions I have not answered at all? Send it in the chat.
Mine.
If I've not answered any questions, send it in the chat. So Hurain, I've done yours before. Neha, oh yeah, that was Neha, the other Neha that I did yesterday. Tanish, I did your question yesterday. All right. So Neha, I'll start with you. Which question, Neha?
Question 11 for quantitative reasoning, mock exam 5.
Question 11. Wait, what's your surname, Neha?
Jibby.
Okay, yeah. It was the other Neha that I answered yesterday. So question 11, this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If Jace had 3 cents more, he would have twice as much as Ariel. So Jace plus 3 is equal to 2 times A, correct?
Yeah.
If Jace had 4 cents less, he would have the same amount as Ariel. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, since we have these two equations, do you agree with these two equations?
Yes.
All right. Since we know that A is J minus 4, we can get rid of this A, right?
Why?
So Neha, does your mom or dad call you a different name at home?
Yeah.
What do they call you?
Is that important right now?
Let's just say they call you Cookie, all right? If your parents
Okay.
call you Cookie at home, is Cookie and Neha both the same person?
Yes.
So, I mean, technically your name doesn't really matter, right? It's just something that is used to indicate who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, like the same way, in an equation, A can be written as A, or it can be written as J minus 4. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You can get rid of this A and just put this in there. Do you understand?
Oh, okay.
So we can do J plus 3 is equal to 2 times J minus 4. J plus 3 is equal to, what's 2 times J? 2J.
2J.
2 times negative 4? Negative 8. Correct?
Yes.
And then I'm going to move negative 8 to the other side, 8 to the other side, and then this J to this side. What does negative 8 become? Actually, what does negative 8 become?
Plus positive 8.
8 plus 3 is equal to 2J. And then what does positive J become?
Negative J.
So 8 plus 3 is 11. 2J minus J is J. So Jace has 11 cents. Do you understand?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Melvin, can I write this?
Of course you can. It'll be $3.
What? Okay.
Is that cash or card, Ryan?
Cash.
Okay, I'll collect it tomorrow. All right. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Please bring cash tomorrow. All right, let's take a look. Next, Nashley, question number 34, abstract. Which test is it, Nashley?
Mock exam 5.
All right, let's take a look. All right, are you done, Ryan?
Almost.
All right, we'll wait for Ryan.
Imagine actually falling for giving $3.
Yeah, be pretty funny. He'll just bring
Free money.
free money.
Hey Melvin, that'll be later, not cash or card.
Sorry?
Use use buy now, pay later. I'll pay you later.
Oh, buy now, pay later. Yes.
Pay in a million years.
Melvin, I'm done.
All right, awesome. Ashley, question number 34, abstract. This question, Ashley?
Yeah.
Good choice of a question. Very good question to ask. The reason is, even if you look to the answer key, so it's kind of confusing to see. But basically, let's start off with the dot inside. The dot inside goes +1, 2, 3, and it goes +1, correct?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and then it goes +1. So it will go backwards 1, and then it should go backwards 1, 2, 3, correct?
Yeah.
The answer has to be A or B. Now, the pattern for the cloud is really hard. It's really, really hard to find. The pattern for the cloud is +1, +1, 2, +1, 2. It goes +1, +1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is this, and that ends the pattern. I think there was like an error from here to here. Actually, from here to here, it should have been 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to here. But if you were to go through with it enough, you'd see that it's moving that way. But it was a quite challenging pattern to see. But do you understand, Ashley?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Melvin,
Yes,
do you mind if I ask a question about this question?
go for it.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember a similar image, but it's a different pattern from a few years ago. It was part of the videos that you haven't unlisted yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It goes +3, and
Yeah.
the dot goes +3, but it's not in the spiral pattern.
Yeah, so basically, what we've done now is because of how many questions we've had to make and how many new questions we're making as well. We've just taken the templates of the previous questions and changed up the pattern. So it might look similar, but they're just like, different patterns, obviously.
Yeah. Also,
Excuse me,
I think the writing topic is the same from a few mock
Yes.
tests.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I believe mock exam 5 was different and 4 was different, but 1, 2, and 3 were the same.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, writing topic, it doesn't really require a lot of creativity. It's just how well you respond to it.
Also, yeah, you can just time travel back to then and then see, oh, this is the writing topic, and then work for many years to perfect it, and then get 51 out of 50.
There you go. 1 out of 50.
Yes, it's too good.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the next set of questions that we have.
Excuse me, Melvin.
Yes, Amrika.
You know in question 34 how you said it's either A or B?
Yes, that's based off the dot pattern, yeah?
Yeah, does it matter like in one corner where it like shapes?
Sorry?
Like, does it really matter where A and B the dot is like, because in
like as it makes it slightly different, right?
Does that really matter?
No, I mean, yeah, there could be some questions where it could matter, but then this is just like, humans not being perfect.
So like, how do you know?
Well, you just look for the other pattern. So like, for example, let's just say you go and A and B, right? If you do it and then A and B both have clouds here and here, right? Then you're like, okay, what's the only difference? In this one, it's going on the border on one side, and here it's going on two sides. Then you look, okay, one side, two sides, two sides. two sides, two sides, two sides, two sides. Okay. There would be a pattern like that, but it's only if you have both of them the exact same and then you have to find some other pattern to make sense of it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
Melvin, I have a quick general question. Is gate marked by human or computer?
The multiple choice is marked by a computer, so they just put it into a machine. If you go, if your parents have Instagram, you can go to the Loyola Tutoring Instagram account, and in one of the posts we've done, there's a post which shows the machine that actually does it. So the machine does a multiple choice, but writing is marked by humans, obviously.
Well, what is
Melvin?
All right, guys, I need to move on to the next few questions. So if you have a question,
Melvin, this is another general.
Yeah. All right, let's take it. Last question, and then I'll actually I'll take this question, and then I'll go. I also need to answer Joel's question, I believe. Wait, it's not Joel. I think it was who was asking me the question about anxiety.
Me. That was me.
So I'll take your question, and then we'll go into the next few. Yeah. So go for it.
It's a general question, but what I was saying is, you know how humans mark the writing, right?
Yeah.
What if, for example, some of the markers are in a grumpy mood and the rest are really happy and everything, or some of them are just tired? Doesn't that affect your score or affect how harshly they're gonna mark it?
100%.
Or is it marked twice?
Just drink coffee.
It's gonna affect. Well, I mean, you can say drink coffee, but then it's like you can't find out who your marker is and buy them free coffee, right? One thing you can do, now this is a secret trick. I hope you guys don't share with anyone, right? This is a secret trick. Basically, what you do is at the end of your writing, take a $50 note, put it in the exam and close it, and then submit it. That's a joke, by the way. Please don't do it.
I was about to write that down.
Okay, I wrote that down.
Secret trick, and then I wrote it.
I might do that.
All right. Okay. That was a joke. But one thing, but what you can keep in mind is I do know that in WACE exams, so I'm not sure if they do this in GATE. I don't have any, information, direct information, so I don't want to say things which are wrong. But in WACE exams, normally they have two people marking the same writing, and then they take the average of it. If it's close enough, they just take the average of it. If it's too far off, they will get someone else to take a look at it, and then they will remark it. Do you guys understand?
I think that's also what they do in GATE.
Do you have proof for it?
I think it was
It was in Melville. If you went to the conference, they did say something that more than one marker marks it.
Perfect. Then there you go. So that way they can average out bias in marking. Do you guys understand?
Yeah. What if someone objects to their score? Like they don't accept that their score is as high or as low as it is?
Okay, no one's objected if that score is too high, but they will object it's too low. So for example, if you get your mark back and you say, all right, I think I should have got higher, you can ask for a remark and then they'll remark it. I've never heard of anyone really get much changes, like in terms of remark scores. I've had one kid who's had scores change slightly, but it didn't make a huge difference for them. But it's an option that you have.
Melvin, this is a question that I saw because this is a question because I saw on the Loyola website. So
Sorry, is this a general question? Just like a relevant, what's this about?
This is about something that I saw on the Loyola website.
Okay. I'll have to again be strict. So I'm going to go to I believe Cheyenne, who I promised to go through the question of anxiety, and then I need to go through the remaining questions in the chat. So Cheyenne, take it away.
So how do you cope with anxiety during the test? Like most of us have been preparing it for it for a really long time.
Yeah.
So how do you block those negative thoughts? Because it's happening to me a lot.
Yeah. So Cheyenne, what I would tell you is, again, were you in my Sunday class the other day?
No, Saturday.
Saturday? Okay, so Sunday class, I talked to them as well. But basically, what I want all of you guys to understand is, again, I'll go through this tomorrow as well, is that like, okay, my whole life or my whole work is literally around the GATE exam, right? Like my entire career right now is just focusing on the GATE exam. Even then, I will tell you that the GATE exam doesn't really matter. And what I mean by that is, look, Cheyenne, ask yourself, if you fail the GATE exam, is your mom or dad gonna love you less?
No.
Like, obviously not, right? They might be a bit disappointed short term, but the same way you're disappointed, right? But it doesn't mean that they're gonna love you less. You know, do you think you will fail in life if you don't pass the GATE exam?
Not really.
Exactly, right. Like, for example, ask yourself, who's someone you really look up to? Like an inventor, a scientist, businessman. Is there anyone you really look up to?
No, not really. I don't know.
What about
I
Elon
don't
Musk?
know.
You don't think Elon Musk is cool? What about Steve Jobs? Einstein?
Yeah, I'm fine with Einstein, but I don't like how Thomas Edison stole the invention of a light bulb.
Okay, so Einstein is someone you look up to. Now, did Einstein do the GATE exam?
No.
No. Who else? Who's the Prime Minister of Australia?
Anthony Albanese.
Yeah, did he do the GATE exam?
I don't know.
I think so.
No? Right.
I don't think so.
All right. So if all of these people, and then even one final thing is, recently I asked the kids on Sunday about this. Does anyone know who the richest man in Asia is? Who's the richest man in Asia?
Melvin.
It starts with an A.
His name is Gautam Adani. So he recently became the richest man in India. Well, in Asia, actually, all of Asia. Now, and I think he was the third richest in the world at one stage. I'm not sure. Now, the reason I'm just choosing rich people is because, society says that's who are successful. Like, there's no reason, most of our parents tell us to go become doctors, engineers, and lawyers, not necessarily just because those are noble jobs, but also because you get to make a lot of money doing that as well. So if you were to look at money as a metric for success, then Gautam Adani is very, very successful, right? Now, my question to you, Cheyenne, is do you know Gautam Adani? Do you know he didn't go to high school? He didn't graduate high school?
I didn't know that.
There you go. So like, he became one of the most successful people in Asia or in the world without passing high school. Now, I'm not saying that there's zero benefits to doing the GATE exam. There's actually a lot of benefits to doing the GATE exam. The benefits are you get to go to a good school, you get to be surrounded by really smart people, and you get a lot more opportunities than other kids around you, right? So obviously it's important that you try your best for the GATE exam. The GATE exam is not what's going to define your success in life or your happiness in life or anything like that, right? So on the day of the exam, all I want you to keep in mind is that you're just going to try your best, right? You're just going to try your best, and it doesn't matter what the score is. Like, let me ask you, Cheyenne, right? How many kids your age can do algebra?
Now that I think of it, not much.
Not much. How many kids can solve these maths questions that you can?
Still not much.
Exactly. Like, if you were to look at yourself and how much progress you've made in 1 year, whether you get the GATE exam or not, you're going last year, right? Last year, Loyola started the year 6 program, and this is rumored, but Loyola might start it again this year. Now, one of the reasons last year the Loyola year 6 program was a bit confusing for Loyola was that when we did it, we based it off the year 7 curriculum. And what we quickly realized was that our students are so ahead in terms of maths and English that the year 7 curriculum was just really easy for them. I'm telling you, Cheyenne, when you get to primary school or when you get to high school, you'll find these things so much easier just because of how much progress you've made. So I just want to let you know that, don't worry too much about the score on the day. If you start to worry, just take a moment, take 5 deep breaths, and calm yourself down, right? I think I read somewhere that there's a very strong correlation between your breathing and then your mood level or your anxiety. So if you can slow down your breathing, if you can take deep breaths in and deep breaths out, it would help you calm down. Do you understand?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Melvin, you're wrong. There is something that you're wrong about.
What am I wrong about?
There are a few successful people that did the GATE exam. One of them, I think you know who they are. His name is Melvin Tom.
Geez, Jayshan, like stop being so sweet. All
And
right.
like I don't know, but I think most people in Loyola look up to you.
I don't think he was really saying that people who didn't pass GATE aren't successful. Like people who pass GATE aren't successful. No, like he was saying like it depends like on whatever you do. It's like even though you don't pass a very famous exam, you still can be successful in life. You haven't failed in life.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, thanks, Jishan. You're not getting extra marks for that, but thank you. All right, let's go on to the next few questions in the chat. Let's see. Up next we have
Melvin.
Yeah, sorry, my friend. Send it in the chat and I'll try to answer your question. Wow.
Okay.
Actually, Raiden, what is it? What's your question?
Just like to know about how long is the actual GATE thing?
So I remember reading it somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but what they said was that the exam itself should be around 2 hours. Like if you break it down, it is 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 35 minutes, and 20 minutes, right? And this comes to around 1 hour 40 minutes, I believe, or 1 hour 50 minutes, something like that.
Yep.
But obviously they have to take some time to give out the booklets, collect the booklets, take a break in between, things like that. Do you understand?
Yep. Okay, thank you.
It's 1 hour 35 minutes.
Is it up to me? 70.
I checked the timings. It's 8
Melvin?
No,
to
it's
11.
2 hours.
Excuse me. How much will we have like a break there on the GATE exam, like the actual GATE?
Yeah,
Yes, you have 10.
You know what?
Yeah, we will.
Since we only have 20 minutes left and this is your final class with me, I'll take some general questions because going through the last few questions won't make that much of a difference. So if you have any general questions, send it in the chat and then I'll do like a speed run of all your general questions and then we can say goodbyes.
Speed run.
Excuse me,
Speed
Melvin.
run.
Oh, no, send
Melvin,
it
the question speed runner.
Send it in the chat and then we'll go through it. So where do you take them? So you should get an email by the Department of Education where you take it. Most of you will be doing it at a local school near you.
Okay, thanks.
How to get better at reading comprehension and mix your metaphor and moral into writing. Okay, so that's two different questions. So how to get better at reading comprehension? At this stage, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, since we only have like 3-4 days left, it's very hard to make monumental improvements in reading comprehension. What you can do is just when you're doing reading comprehension, here's a tip. This is half a page of text and you have 5 questions. This is 1/4 of a page of a text and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. Which one will give you the better return on investment? Which one will give you the better return on the time you put in? The second text. Yeah, because you read less and you get to answer more questions. So that's one tip I'll give you for reading comprehension. The next thing is how to mix your metaphor and moral into writing. Well, there are 2 different things. Metaphor is, I'm assuming you're linking to you're referring to how to think outside the box for your topic and how to link it to the writing. Well, what I would just say is anywhere in the passage, just make one clear reference that links your metaphor to the topic. And finally, your moral. An easy way to make a really good moral is by having a really good problem that helps a character become better. So the character starts off as flawed, they have a weakness or they have some sort of issue with them. And then throughout the story, because of the problem, they have to face it and they become better. And that will pretty much tell us the moral of the story. How do I solve combination questions? For example, there are 5 seats, 3 people. How many different arrangements can be made? Okay, so that's a lot of there's a like a hard math version of it, but there's also the easy common sense version of it. So the easy common sense version of it is actually just like writing out the different combinations that you could get. So for example, if it was four seats, if it was four seats, and then you have six people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what you'll do is you will do, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then you'll do A, C, D, E. Actually, yeah, this is actually crazy hard.
Do the amount of people times the amount of seats or something like that.
No, that wouldn't work. But here's the thing. No, I just thought of showing you way. Like the question we had, I believe it was two seats and then four people. So A, B, C, D, right? This was easy because you could just do A, B, C, D. Sorry, you could do A, B, you could do A, C, and A, D, B, C, B, D, and then you could do D, C, right? That was easy. But then if you have a lot of options, what you can realize is A can be broken up into A, B, C, D, E, F. And then B can then go into C, D, E, and F, and so on and so forth. Right? Hooray? So for every letter, we will know that it can go, for example, times by 5 and times by 4. And if there's a total of 6 letters at the beginning, you just do 6 times 5 times 4. Do you understand?
Thank you.
Yeah. Will there be more classes? There won't be any more GATE classes, guys. Today's the last class, and tomorrow we have our the master class. But yeah, that's it. What can I bring to the GATE exam? Your pencil case, your lunch, your water bottle. Don't bring a smartwatch or if you bring your phone, make sure it's turned off. Otherwise, the worst thing that can happen is imagine your phone goes off and then you're panicking because you have to go turn it off. Like you might not get in trouble, but then, it's embarrassing and then it might throw you off. So don't bring your phone unless it's on silent.
Melvin.
Then with the watches as well, one thing I would recommend is, so for example, this is a normal like analog watch, right? It tells the time like this. Now the problem with watches like this is that it's really hard to count back the time. So you can't you have to say, oh, okay, so I have to do subtraction in my head of time and then say, oh, how much time is left, how much time is not left. One thing I'll recommend you guys is if you have a digital watch, you can put a stopwatch on it, and that will help you. If you don't have one, today I went to different stores to buy the prizes for tomorrow. Actually, that was actually really, really fun because I get to go through the toy section and all the things I wanted to buy as toys when I was young, I get to go buy it today for you guys. That was really, really, really fun. So I bought a lot of toys, and the checkout lady thought that there's something wrong with me. Like this old man is just buying a lot of toys and chocolates. But yeah, so while I was there, I saw that you can get digital watches, like really cheap ones for like $10, $15. And $10, $15 is not a lot of money, but if it is a lot of money to you, then think of it as an investment. Like if it's going to help you do better in the GATE exam, but it's also going to help you better in a lot of tests, like going forward into the future. It's going to help you in a lot of places. So it's a great, great investment into yourself. So
Melvin, where can we buy that from?
The really cheap ones are from Kmart and then Big W. If you want something that's really good that will last you a long time, pretty much get any Casio watches. So Casio. So I think their cheapest ones are $40, but they're like incredible watches. Like you would only have to change the battery maybe once every 10 years. They will run and run and run and run. Incredible watches.
Melvin.
So and Casio owns G-Shock. So I think some of you have G-Shocks. But yeah, you don't have to buy the actual brand ones. You can just go to Kmart and buy one of them. But guys, I'm not taking questions over the mic just to save time. So I'll go to the next few questions in the thing, speed run. Is it going to be hard? So Sarvesh, is it going to be hard? So have you looked at the sample test?
I don't know.
right? If you guys have seen the sample test, that's what the Department of Education is saying the actual GATE test will be like. The Department of Education is saying that the actual GATE exam will be like the sample test. Now, think of the difficulty of the sample test. Was that easy or hard? And that will answer your question. There you go.
Pretty easy.
It was kind of
Odd.
So
not like
last
it was easy.
last year as well, a lot of kids told me the exam was easy, but again, it's not about what the exam is easy or not. Like it's literally not about what score you get. It's about how you do compared to everyone else, and that's a sad thing. So it doesn't matter how easy or hard the exam is. It's about your ranking based off that.
Are the questions in the actual exam like sort of like the ones we do in Loyola?
It'll be easier than Loyola for sure. Like Loyola is crazy hard.
One of my friends was just saying, one of my friends was just lying to me through the teeth, saying that the Loyola one is easier than the actual thing.
Well, we will find out this weekend, right? And I'll get your feedbacks. We'll see how it is. I would be very shocked if the actual GATE exam.
Melvin.
All right. So,
how are we gonna meet?
Melvin, what was the sample test that you were talking about?
good question. So if you want to find out the sample test, you just Google, like literally go to Google, and then search up Loyola GATE sample test, and you should find it. We have put up a link to it. Next, let's see. Oh, interesting. Can
Melvin.
send me a screenshot of this. I'm sorry, my friends, I'm not taking questions over the microphone. It gets very chaotic. When will we know what your scores are? You'll get it around, I believe. So you do
End
the
of May.
May, yeah. So end of May. Next. Why do you have less time for abstract and writing? The reason you have less time for abstract is they really want to make it hard enough so that they have a nice, even distribution. They don't want too many kids piling up at the top. Because I believe abstract reasoning, you can solve it if you have enough time. So they just want to like make the averages lower by giving you less time. Let's see what else. If you get high marks in one section but low in others, will you pass GATE? Good question. So in the second year that Loyola was running, we had a student. So you guys all know Leon, right? So Leon was a year 7 who came to Loyola. So he was in year 7. He sat with the year 5s to do the Loyola tutoring classes. He passed the GATE exam just doing the year 5 questions with us, got into Perth Mod. The same year, we had another year 7 student who did the year 5 papers and got into Perth Mod as well. His name was, I think, Sampurna or Sankey. I don't know. I keep messing up him and his other brother's names. So this guy, he did exceptionally well in writing. Like he got the highest mark in Western Australia for reading comp.
Holy!
Yeah, so he got like 95 in reading comp. But then the other sections, he got about like 50, 49, 48, 47, something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember off the top of my head. But because he did so well in reading comp, his total marks came up to about like 240 or whatever it was, and he was able to get into Perth Mod. So it doesn't matter exactly.
Awesome.
It doesn't really matter how much mark.
Exactly. What matters is how you do overall. So for example, to get 240, you can get 240 in different ways. You can get 100, 100, and then you can get 20 and 20, or you can get it evenly balanced out. And you can get 60, 60, 60, 60. As long as your ranks add up to that. Let's see, what else do we have?
Wait, how are we gonna meet together like after the GATE exam? Because you said
Good. Yeah. So there's 2 things I'll be sending out to your parents. The first thing I'll be sending out is a survey link. basically just asking you guys, hey, how did you find Loyola tutoring? So, like your whole experience, what can we improve on? So, you know how we've sent that before? So basically things like, how did you find the exam booklets to the actual gate test? How did you find the teaching? How did you find the class locations? And finally, anything you want us to improve on, anything you want us to do better, things like that. So we'll be sending that out soon. So if you were to fill that in, we will know how to make the booklets better, how to make the classes better, things like that. And also, if you remember any questions or anything like that you want to share with us, send it through. So that way, if you have younger siblings, we can make those changes so they have a better, I guess, quality of classes. Like if you were to if you have any older siblings who come to Loyola, you can ask them how much Loyola has changed in the past few years. So similarly, if we continue to improve the same way we are, like when your younger siblings come, your feedback will really help them grow as well.
Is Loyola actually harder than the actual gate exam?
All the feedback I've gone so far has been a definitive yes. It's been harder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
What about
Melvin?
Where's masterclass?
Murdoch University. All right. What is the number to pass gate? So to pass gate, you need to get a score of 210, which is like a ranking of the top, I believe, top 33%, 33% of students.
No, that's top 10 schools, I think.
No, top 33% gets 210, and then it depends on other stuff. Gino, did you send me some writing in a different language? What did you say?
I tried to say thank you, but then I forgot that my keyboard in Korean, so I.
Okay. I thought you were swearing at me for like the reply I gave you earlier. So Gino asked me, hey Melvin, a different tuition center told me to do this instead of this. And then I was like, they're wrong. And then Gino just sends me a Korean message. It's like, oh, okay. All right.
Melvin.
Yeah.
Because what do you call it? It said on the Loyola website that it's a computer-based exam. Is that true?
I don't think so. Do you mind sending me a screenshot of it or like a link to it later? And then I'll check it out. Maybe it might just be an accident from something else.
I'll take a shot of it from my mom's phone and just send it to you on WhatsApp.
Perfect. Yeah. Someone's really wanted to ask me, how do you convert Loyola scores to GATE? You can't. Like, I mean,
Didn't you answer that before?
Yeah, you can theoretically do it. Like, you can theoretically do it. I just don't like doing it just because everything depends on the day, and these conversions are not perfect, and I don't want to give the wrong idea. For example, like I'll give you a great story, right? Like, I all the teachers at Loyola and we usually just sit together and just ask ourselves, because like I meet up with the teachers regularly, right? And I'm like, hey, how's classes going? How's the kids going? Who's doing good, who's doing bad, things like that. And during some of those conversations in the previous years, so like in year 1, 2, and 3 of Loyola, I used to ask, hey, since we have, like back then, Loyola was so small, like we probably had like 10, 20 kids. And I'd be like, hey, so like, which of these kids do you think will have a good shot of passing the exam? And then, they'll tell me who they think will pass, and I will have an idea of who I think will pass. There's kids who I think will pass who don't end up doing so well. Right? There's kids who would be getting the top mark in Loyola consistently who don't end up passing the GATE exam. But there's kids who are in the middle section, like in the averages, who do exceptionally well, and they end up okay. Yeah. So who in the middle section who end up actually passing the GATE exam. So like I'll give you a name of a student. So his name is Alonso. He was one of my first students. Alonso, me and his mom, so we were family friends. So I was teaching him because he was a family friend. And me and his mom really didn't think he will do well in the GATE exam. Like he was trying, he improved a lot, but we didn't think he'll do well. He ended up doing really well, and he ended up getting into GATE. So again, it really depends on how well you do on the day. So even though I can make a prediction, like, using maths and saying, all right, this is your ranking, this is like the probability of you getting in, I just don't think it's going to be useful for you. Because imagine you were Alonso and I tell you, hey, I don't think you'll get in. How would that affect Alonso? He's not going to try hard. And if he hadn't tried hard, he wouldn't have gotten to GATE in the first place. So sometimes it's better for me not to say anything. And on the other hand, if you're doing well and I say, hey, I think you'll definitely pass the GATE exam, it's not going to help you either, because you're going to think, oh, I'm so smart, I don't need to try hard anymore because Melvin said I'm going to get into the GATE exam, and you don't get in. So, I just feel like there's no need in, sharing that.
If we still have questions.
Melvin.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just going to finish off there with a few more things. So just some housekeeping for tomorrow. So tomorrow, I've told your mom and dads that you guys can, all come dressed up. I would love for you to dress up in whatever you want. I want it to be fun. I want it to be a time for what's my friend's name? Shayan? Hayan? The guy, the boy who asked me about the anxiety question.
Me.
How do I say your name?
Shayan.
Shayan, yeah. So as Shayan was saying, tomorrow, the whole plan is also to help you guys de-stress. So if you want to dress up, you can. You don't have to dress up. So if you want to dress up in something silly, you can. I actually don't have any costumes, so I won't be dressing up something crazy. Maybe I might wear a suit. I don't think I might, but we'll see. But if you want to dress up, you can. It'll be nice and fun, right? And then we have something small, nothing big for you guys, because you guys are the first cohort where you actually give the merch at the beginning, not at the end. So yeah, we do have something small, and then we have the trophies to give out, and then some final tips and tricks. So really excited for that tomorrow. So make sure you guys get there at 5 o'clock. So it'll be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And yeah, that'll be the last day that we get to see you. The online kids, for the online kids, we will be live streaming it, so you guys can watch it later.
Can I just say something? Please.
Melvin, can you please answer my question?
What's your question?
All right. Can I say something?
How
Can
do
I
you
just,
define an abstract?
All right, sorry. The boy
What are the trophies?
I think say it first.
Melvin.
Who?
So one of the boys kept on saying, "Can I say something? Can I say something?"
Oh, that's me. That's yeah, thank you, Melvin, for doing all this. Without you, most of us would probably not pass GATE. I have some older friends who did pass GATE and attended Loyola. You could have become a doctor or engineer, but you chose to help us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys.
Standing ovation. Melvin.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melvin.
What
are
the
trophies?
You can leave if you guys would like. And yeah.
Thank you, Melvin.
Thank
Melvin.
Thanks,
What are the
Melvin. See you
trophies?
tomorrow.
Thank you, Melvin.
for teaching us. Thank you, Melvin.
Thank you, Melvin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye, my old friend.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
I have a question.
Bye, Melvin.
Bye. Bye, my old.
I have a question.
Bye. Bye.
So long.
Bye.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
I have a question.
Bye, Jin.
Melvin.
All right.
Allah
Melvin, I
Hafiz.
have a question.
Hi, Melvin.
Hafiz.
Okay.
Thank you
Ask
for
me a
help.
question.
Melvin.
मेलविन से काम नहीं
Bye
चलेगा
and good luck, everyone.
Ask me a question now.
Will we be able to go test on the masterclass in the masterclass?
Sorry.
Will we be able to go through a few sample questions because in the masterclass? Because there's a few that I didn't understand, and because it doesn't have like a explanation sheet or anything.
Yeah, so Vaiga, if you go through WhatsApp, I've actually made a video with the explanations of the sample test. So if you go watch that video, I should have gone through those questions, so you can take a look there.
Was it like all questions, like all quantitative questions?
I believe so.
मेलविन पूरा बोल
Why does masterclass take such a long time? It's only just to reveal the notebook competition winners.
And we're going through some revision as well.
Oh, thank you. Of course, we're gonna leave you a review, a beautiful review.
Yeah, of course. Melvin.
Yeah. One at a time. So I'll start with Sophia. Sophia, what's your question? Sophia?
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at the page you sent us, and then I had to rush back.
Oh, okay. All right. Next, Satvika.
I left a very good review.
Will you send it in the WhatsApp?
Huh?
Will you send that review thingy in the WhatsApp?
No. On Google. So if you search up Google, you can search up Loyola Tutoring. So if you guys could just leave us a review there, that would really help.
Wait, you got that 4.9?
Melvin.
Excuse me. Like, do our parents do it or just us? Like, just us?
Either or, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
There was more than 100 5-star review, I would give you 1,000.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's answer a few more questions before I have to close up. Let's take.
I gave a very good rating.
Can you answer my question?
Yeah.
Melvin,
Answer my question.
Melvin, what do we have to bring tomorrow?
Tomorrow, just your notebook and your pencil case. That's pretty much it.
Do you have to bring any food or anything?
No need for lunch or anything because it's only 2 hours.
Okay.
Melvin, I have a question that hasn't been answered the entire time.
What's your question?
It's not a general question. It's like a question.
Okay, which one?
Can you do question 20 QR and question 33 QR, please?
I can do one. Just one. I was taking general questions and I have to go home as well now because I have a lunch. One question.
Yeah,
Aren't you at home currently?
No.
Can we do question 33 then?
Wait, which one?
Question 33.
33, which test? Which subject?
Mock 5 maths.
Mock 5 maths. Okay. And then which one was it, buddy?
33.
33. Okay, let's take a look.
Melvin.
Yep. 1 second, guys. 1 second. So 33. This one, right?
Yes.
All right. So another stall where instead of a coin game, it's a dice game. And if you spend $1 in order to roll 2 fair dice, if both dice roll the same number, you win $6. So to roll 2 of the same numbers, you have to get 1/6 times 1/6, right?
Yes.
The probability of rolling a 1 twice. To roll two twos, you have to do 1/6 times 1/6, right?
Yes.
And for all the 6 numbers, if you add them up, you end up getting 6/36, which is
1/6.
Yeah. And you have 1/6 of a probability of winning $5. Do you understand? Because
Yes.
lose $1. But you have 5/6 of a possibility of losing $1.
Yes.
So if you add this up, you have a probability of winning 5/6 of a dollar, and you have a probability of losing 5/6 of a dollar. And if you add that up, you get
0.
All right, guys. If the general question answer, take those. I'll take 3 more questions, send it in the chat, and then I'll have in the chat 3 more questions. Let's take a look and I'll go.
Melvin,
I said my question.
How much time do you have per paragraph in writing? So it's not really how much time do you write per paragraph in writing? It really depends. So if you're having your introduction, you're having a problem, you have a rising action, I would say spend about like 3-4 minutes per section and then move on. Keep moving on. Is it true you have to have a clear pencil case? I'm not sure. Just double check the email that you got.
You need to have a clear The website says you have to have a clear pencil case in case you're bringing anything that can provide cheat sheets.
All right. And
Also
then
need a clear water bottle.
And I'm not sure. And then the final question is, let's see.
Bye, Melvin. Thank you for teaching us all.
No worries. See you guys. Final question is, are all the questions the same amount of marks, or can you score higher marks for certain questions? No, they're all